Hey everybody, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about a lot of things going on. First off, I am alive and I have survived the miraculous ice storm of 2026. So let's hit the intro and let's get straight into it. I'm going to leave timestamps in the description box down below because we're going to cover quite a bit of stuff today about trips, projects, and stuff like that. So if you want to know something about something, like if you just want to know about what projects we're going to be doing, I have that linked in the timestamps down below. If you're new, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and let's get back. We decided to take last year off from uploading and vlogging. We didn't really upload. We uploaded a whole bunch of shorts because I just wanted to take some time away. I wanted to take some time away, kind of step back and focus on my personal life, which we were able to do very, very efficiently. We just got back from our international trip to the Philippines. It was fantastic. Had such a great time. And I think a whole slew of other people will agree with that as well, to the level of goofiness that I brought to everything. So that was great. Moving forward, we'll be heading back to Disney. This will actually be the last trip that we take, not the last trip that we take to Disney, but it will be the last trip that us guys take, just the three of us. Me, my son Asher, and my friend Mike. We all are gonna go like we normally do. Normally, we haven't been since 2023, and if you need a little refresher, that was the trip that we took right before my shoulder surgery. It's been a little bit since I've taken Asher to Disney World. The basic idea why we waited so long: one, I wanted to go back the last year and I wanted to film stuff without anybody there. Big friggin' mistake. Never again. They talk about being so boring by yourself. I don't see how people just go by themselves and just for the period of time and stuff. We'll never again. No freaking way. So we'll be going there. Obviously can't take them in September. Wanted to take them in September to the Halloween party, but it's not up to me. All right. I mean, it is up to me, but I decided to, and instead of having a fight about it, we just take them in the summertime. First time going to the summer. So yes, we are volunteering to go to Disney World in July. I know. Florida in July. I'm already sweating thinking about it. I should have thought about this when the power was out. But we'll be going back there in July for about a good 10, 11 days. And we're going to be doing a lot of new stuff. This is a really, really, really big trip for Asher because now he said graduating. He's graduating from one height level to another. When we were there at Disney World last time, he was about 38 inches tall. With a particular pair of shoes on, he could hit 40 inches tall. All right. So he could ride Soarin' and Test Track, depending on what type of cast member was there. So now he is roughly about 45 inches tall. So this opens up a really, really big door for a lot of new rides that he's going to have an opportunity to ride, such as Guardians of the Galaxy, the Mission Space ride that he got turned away from, the ride that has more restraints than a police car. Not that I have any experience of being in a police car, but I'm just telling you, there are more restraints in this ride than anything you have. I mean, it's like you're in a spaceship. So yeah, there's a lot of restraints there. I get the height requirement, but if he can ride Soarin' and Test Track with no problem, this should be a breeze. However, they felt really bad because at the gate, they let him in. When it was time for him to get on the ride, they denied him. So he got upset and he started crying because we waited all that time to get up there and he couldn't ride it. He was pissed. So they gave him a card that told them, you present this card, you'll get to go to the front of the line. So he has the card. So he did a good job keeping up with it. So he'll finally get to ride that. Expedition Everest, Guardians of the Galaxy, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. He says he wants to ride it. He just doesn't want Daddy to record him while he's riding it. I wonder why. Yeah, that's great. And a few others that will be, something really new and really good for him. So he's really, really excited about riding Guardians of the Galaxy because he loves Marvel. So yeah, a lot of good things happening for him during this trip. It'll be less and less of a rider swap with him, except for when it's time to ride Tron, because I don't really think he's going to hit 3 inches in the next 6 months. It doesn't really seem logical and doesn't really seem like it's going to happen. If it happens, that's fan-freaking-tastic. But I'm not assuming it's going to happen. I'm assuming that at tops, he'll be about 47 inches tall, max. So does 1 inch make a difference? I don't really want to take the risk. Definitely don't want to take the risk. But we'll just see. If he's 48 inches tall, that's fantastic. Then there's pretty much nothing he can't ride there. But I don't think he's going to be 48 inches tall before July. So sorry, buddy. You just have to rider swap Tron, and it is what it is. We'll be doing things a lot different this time. I originally had made plans somewhere over here. Here we go. And it has a lot to do with the gear that we're going to be taking with us. When we went back in December and January of 2024 and 2025, we took 2 Lumix S52Xs, which is Panasonic, basically. And we filmed a lot of stuff. We did a full workover of Happily Ever After. One of those angles turned out horribly out of focus. Let's see. Just about every single angle at Luminous was set at the wrong camera settings, trying to guess around because for whatever reason, my color grading decided to want to lift the scene up too high, so it made things overexposed. So there were a lot of things that were just wrong with it. But it turned out okay. I was able to, fix them in post, and it turned out somewhat okay. Now, based on the way that I color grade now, it's a lot better now because I have the Mac. And Mac is way better than Windows when it comes to color grading those high resolution videos, 6K and 8K videos. We did mess around with the 12K Blackmagic camera. I don't like the low light performance on it, and I just don't like the file sizes. 12K raw video, I'm not a fan of those types of file sizes. It's just not for me. So the file sizes are astronomical. You can't comprehend how large they are. So yeah, that's why and I didn't really think Disney was going to allow me to bring in a 12K camera into the parks. The setup for this thing is massive. It is probably about this big when it's all put together. Lens, monitor, all of it. It is just too much. So this trip is based around the gear that we are bringing. We decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and make a massive investment. We're going to be bringing 2 Sony A1s, and I played around with these things, and I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is nuts. Like the low light performance, the sharpness, the detail in the shadows and the highlights are just insane. So we're going to be bringing 2 Sony A1s and filming everything in 8K. However, we're only going to be shooting 4 nights at Magic Kingdom. And we have 10 days, and I'm not going to be spending full days at Magic Kingdom and only go to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. So the only way to get around that is to get park hopper tickets. So basically we can go to Hollywood Studios however many days we want, and then park hop over to somewhere else around 2 or 3 o'clock and get ready to start filming. So that's basically the idea there. Using the park hopper tickets, that way we can go to Animal Kingdom, we can spend 2 days at Hollywood Studios and still be able to film. We're going to be spending 5 nights in Epcot filming, because one of the angles that I shot with the Lumix we're going to use in the 8K video. I'm not going to tell you which one. but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. But we decided to do that so that way we could have an extra night filming Luminous versus everything at Magic Kingdom is pretty straightforward. You know, there's one angle I don't know where I'm going to shoot yet, so we have to go there and find out. But that's what most of this stuff is set up around. In terms of new stuff, Topolino's Terrace, we've never been there. Mike and Asher have never been to Steakhouse 71. We go there two different nights. We're trying stripper canteen. Yeah, that'll be great. They've never been to Yachtsman Steakhouse. We'll be taking them there. Also, Asher's never been to the Coral Reef restaurant, which has horrible food, but a great experience, and he'll really like eating and being surrounded by the aquarium. So it's great for kids. Keep our tradition with California Grill. We'll end up shooting 4 nights inside Magic Kingdom, all in 8K. I think I should be able to turn one of the angles into 2, but we'll find out the closer we get there. And I have to kind of set it up and see if I can. I think I can, but I don't want to risk it. So, a lot of good things going on with Disney. We're doing some extras, but not a whole lot. I want to save some stuff for when we do a family trip there, when it's me, my wife, and Asher. So I want to save some stuff so she has an opportunity to, you know, kind of bond with him during that time. In terms of projects, let's talk about projects. You just heard me talk about taking 2 Sony A1s. This is my first time shooting with Sony cameras, so I'll have probably about a day and a half to, you know, get comfortable with the camera. In terms of, we're going to be staying at a different resort this time. We're not going to be staying at Pop. We're not going to be staying at any type of value resort, but instead we're going to be staying at Coronado Springs. And I know a lot of people love Coronado Springs because they have a lot of good food options there. That's not why we're staying there. We're staying there because of the discount, and it seems to be the cheapest resort for us to stay at and get the dining plan and everything else that we want. And with that being said, our projects are going to be basically, we are in the process of finishing up Fantasmic. Right now, that should be done sometime by the end of February, which means we should have the premiere sometime in March. I plan to have the premiere after we finish getting everything for Disney paid for. After we do Fantasmic, we'll do a turnaround and we'll do Magical Friendship Fair, which that should actually be a pretty quick turnaround because it's shot in the daytime. So there won't be that much color grading I'll have to do in terms of, you know, fixing it. It was all shot in vlog, so it shouldn't take me long to grade that stuff because it's not like I'm bouncing between a whole lot. I can probably just throw my Magic Kingdom LUT that I have on there and then just adjust the exposure some, and it should be fine. So that should only probably take a couple of weeks. There's no audio soundtrack to edit with it. I'm using the audio out of the camera, so it's nothing too crazy. And then after that, we're gonna reproduce Happily Ever After. We did Happily Ever After last year, and I wanted to redo it this year using the color grade techniques that I've learned over time that just make it look 1,000 times better. So we're taking it Happily Ever After completely filmed in 6K, and we're going to shoot and produce that. That one probably won't take as long because, like I said, it'll be a pretty quick turnaround. That one should probably premiere somewhere around June, right before we leave. And then we won't have any more projects to do until after we come back, and we won't start those projects until probably August. And I haven't exactly made up my mind in terms of what order I'm going to do things in, whether I'm going to do Happily Ever After in 8K first, or if I'm just going to go ahead and do my farewells for Fantasmic, and then do the 8K production of Luminous, and then do the farewell for Happily Ever After. It's looking more like I want to I want to save Happily Ever After for when my wife gets here, because I want her to see the whole process of how everything plays out. So that's our projects. The timeline on Luminous probably won't come out till the end of the year, honestly. That 8K production is going to take a long time to put together. Happily Ever After in 8K won't come out till next year. And Farewell for Fantasmic should probably come out sometime around Halloween, which puts Luminous coming out first, probably the first of next year, honestly. And you're looking at Happily Ever After not coming out till probably September, October of next year. These videos take a long time to put together between all the stuff that we do. We keep saying we're going to do a documentary for the stuff that we do, but every time I get ready to put one together, it all messes up and it all goes to hell. So this year, when we go in July, we're going to be shooting documentaries for Luminous and Happily Ever After. I feel like the documentaries will come out after the show comes out, because they're shot in 8K, so they're pretty insane. So get to show you the whole process from the headache of editing 32-bit float audio to color grading S-Log 3. It's fantastic. A great time. So that's going to wrap it up. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Small disclaimer in terms of the Disney World stuff that I forgot to mention. We will also be going to the Disney's After Hours event on our very last day in the park. Our very last day is at Magic Kingdom. We will actually be doing the After Hours event and a full day in Magic Kingdom that day. So we will get to film our final angle for Happily Ever After. And then, wait, it gets better. We'll turn around and finally be able to get a good recording of Enchantment. Anybody that's been like Mike will be the first one to tell you, when it comes to filming this show, the things that have went wrong in the course of filming this show is insane. Let's give you an example. The first time we filmed this show was with an iPhone. So for whatever reason, when I went back to film it again and get a new angle, I filmed it, and then, guess what? I accidentally deleted the footage. So that happened, and then the show went away. Happily Ever After came back. Greatest choice ever made by Disney, in my opinion. Then I went this past year, had the Lumix cameras, and I was going to take the horizontal mount that I have. It's a mount that attaches to the top of my tripod. And it runs like this, and I put one camera here and one camera there. I was going to record 2 angles. Unfortunately, my tripod had just given up. It broke. The night before I was supposed to record, the entire tripod broke. So I had to get a hold of Lens Rental and see if they could hotshot me one there. But the day it arrived was the day after the After Hours event. So I had to handheld record the show, which you can obviously guess did not turn out too well. So I never uploaded it, and I just honestly, I deleted the footage because it was trash. I couldn't use it. So we're going back, and I told Mike, you take Asher over there, let me sit here and get some good angles and get 2 really good angles of this show so I can actually get a good recording of the show. So we're going to be adding Enchantment into that level of projects, which will probably come first, honestly, if we're going to be honest. Enchantment will probably come first. We'll be recording the audio in 32-bit float and kind of making a good soundtrack, and it'll be good to do something new and fresh that we haven't done in quite some time. So I'm very excited to actually get that show, get it done, and put it out there. So that show will also be in 8K. So we'll have Enchantment. We'll come back and we'll do Enchantment. Then we'll turn around and we'll do our Farewell to Fantasmic. We'll do Luminous, The Symphony of Us in 8K. Then we'll turn around and do our farewell to Happily Ever After. And then finally, we'll turn around and do our farewell to Luminous, where we will take all 5 angles in 8K, all 5 angles in 6K, and put them all together to make one really, really big video. So that's how that's going to play out. Fingers crossed. Hopefully my tripod doesn't break. I don't think it's going to, because the tripod that I have now is made of carbon fiber. So the enchantment curse ends in July. Peace.